You are a loser if you watched any of these cartoons. And better yet, if you enjoyed them. I'm not gonna lie, if you watch this annoying ass bunny, get out! Out! Rabbids Invasion was literally the worst show I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't even know how it got aired and how it got screen time because it was so bad. Literally just straight up brain rot. Like, look at him. Annoying as hell. I've been a hater since day one. I'm not gonna lie, if you watched Uncle Grandpa as a child, I know exactly what type of kid you were. Exactly what type of kid you were. You'd be the kid at lunch who would mix up mad food, like random food, ketchup, mayo, tomatoes, a cheeseburger, stir it up real good and then eat it. Like, you were that kid. You were that damn kid. Whenever the show would come on, I would immediately turn my TV off and go read a book or something, genuinely, because I'd rather read a book than listen to this, even as a child. Last but not least, definitely least actually, this shit! Ah! I literally, oh my gosh, just seeing the face irritates me. Like, I don't know, it was called Annoying Orange for a reason because it was literally so annoying. So annoying. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched any of these shows, please go ahead and unfollow me and maybe even block me because I don't want to see any of your content ever again. And follow for more because I'm going to do a part 2. And comment your favorite cartoon.
Where did this hate for my peak come from? People on IG Reels and TikTok constantly hating on Bunny Boy and Chum Chum, Breadwinners, Rabbids Invasion, Uncle Grandpa, and Tuff Puppy. Like, these were literally amazing, beautiful shows. And I constantly seeing hating after hate after hate after hate on these shows. And I don't understand why. People say
Fanboy and Chum Chum is pure brain rot.
Uncle Grandpa is stupid as hell.
And I'm not like, Uncle Grandpa is one of them shows you gotta watch when you're high. So it's like, bro, whoever made that had to be tripping off some battery acid, some bath salts, and hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stay off from drugs, kids. One comparison that I always had since watching Rabbids, Nickelodeon, ever since the Nick 2 came out, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you can't tell me you don't watch Rabbids and instantly think of the Minions. They're literally the same. People say,
oh, Rabbids just blow stuff up. They're not really doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
But people will watch them. You'll watch the Minions, but you won't watch the Rabbids. It's a reason the Rabbids is as popular as it is, bro. It's a pretty decent show for kids. Alright, so my name DG. If you're new to the channel, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I like to talk about trending topics, nostalgia, peak, Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, whatever. I love nostalgia, films, entertainment, anything in the media that's going on right now. If you like that, I think you'll like me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my social medias, and yeah, have a good one. One of my all-time memories about Rabbids that I would never forget, the scene where they were in the grocery store, and I think they were like bothering this dude, and it just shows like what the Rabbids are. Or when he was like in like a science lab and the humans were experimenting on them, seeing how they clone or seeing how they work. That was just so funny, bro. Like, that's literally something I could see the Minions doing, but the Rabbids are just doing it in their own way. They sound different. They sound like blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? But they, hey, to me, bro, when I was a kid, peak entertainment. After school, I got me a little sandwich with some Dorito chips, some Hawaiian Punch, the red kind my grandma always used to get. Throw me on some Rabbids, bro, some Clarence. Hey, bro, I'm good. So I don't understand why people always hating on Rabbids. It's a pretty good show, let's be honest. And after doing research in this video, I found out that Rabbids literally aired August 3rd, 2013. And if you didn't know, that's my birthday, August 3rd, not 2013, 2006, but August 3rd. And that probably is like the reason why. I doubt it. There's no bias. It's just, bro, I know good when I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, bro. After really thinking about it, I'm really getting old. We getting old. I was born in 2006. Chips for 50 cents. You can go to the candy lady, get you a bebop. I remember, bro. I used to have me like you can have like $3 and get you like 6 bebops. Y'all don't know what bebops is, bro. In the hood, you grew up in the hood, that candy lady used to sell candy. She used to sell bebops too, or somebody else used to sell bebops. These frozen Kool-Aid cups. Sometimes they put the gummy worms at the bottom, the Jolly Ranchers. pretty good cup. Like it's frozen, hot outside all day. Kids, that's when we was really outside every day, playing basketball, playing hide and go seek. We would rather be like, bro, even when it was raining, we'd rather be outside with our friends having fun than inside, bro. Kids on these days don't do that. But anyway, it'd be 50 cent. 50 cent, you can get you a whole bunch of them for just 50 cent, bro. I'm telling y'all. Where did the times go? Please tell me.
I ain't gonna lie. As a nigga, if you ever actively sat down and watched motherfucking Sanjay and Craig or Breadwinners, nigga, you can't tell me you ain't on the flip side, motherfucker. You fruity. I promise on my life, nigga. Nigga, when I tell you them two shows right there, them motherfuckers used to be showing unnecessary motherfucking booty and farts. Like, they thought this shit was so funny. This shit was just corny and fucking sus to me. When them two shows was in its prime, and like motherfuckers were actively watching this, like motherfuckers I went to school and shit was actively watching this shit, that was one of the most annoying times of my fucking life. Like motherfuckers at school talking about Sanjay and Craig. Oh, you seen the episode when this, and that? And I used to be up in that motherfucker ready to, like, they laughing at this cringe ass, fruit ass shit. I remember particularly with this one nigga who knew I hated the motherfucking shows. Like, I made it very vivid and clear that I ain't want to talk about that, conversate with this shit, watch that shit or nothing. But the bitch ass nigga kept trying to remind me about it. Ooh, Quay watch Breadwinners and make jokes on all this shit. I had some for his ass.
Nigga, what? So I'm fruity and gay or whatever for liking Breadwinners and Sanjay and Craig. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Yep, exactly. You like Breadwinners, you like fanboying. Yeah, you're one of the ones. You like fart jokes as a kid. You're gay. Sorry to tell you.
But that's literally what people is like. What are they saying? Just because a show like Breadwinners is a bunch of fart jokes doesn't mean it's bad. Sanjay and Craig was literally a show that was meant to be like kind of disgusting in a way. It was meant to be like nasty humor. So how can you hate on something that's doing what it's supposed to do? You can't. But I will admit, bro, after further review, I did watch a couple clips of Sanjay and Craig, which I haven't seen in a long time. And from what I do remember, it's a pretty memorable show. I watched the clips back and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. But some of the clips are so nasty. Like the animation style is kind of nasty. Me personally, I don't like watching the way their noses look. You know, when they farting all the time and showing their butts. Especially when I'm eating, because a lot of times back when Sanjay and Craig aired, it aired at around 10:30 in the morning on Saturday mornings. And that's when I'm watching my shows, eating my cereal. That's when I'm first waking up. When I'm first waking up, I don't want to watch some fart. I hate when I'm eating and it's always something I'm watching. It's something, the nasty part, the one nasty part of the whole show come up when I'm eating my food. And I can't stand that. So I used to hate that with Sanjay and Craig. But it's still a good show, in my opinion. For what it's meant to be, it is a good show. And another thing about Sanjay and Craig that people don't understand, bro, like it was genuinely good if you actually watched it. For what it's meant to be, Sanjay and Craig, a show that's meant for like 6 to 11-year-olds max. You know, it had Snoop Dogg in it in that one episode. You can tell Sanjay and Craig was kinda, I don't know if they were trying to be like, you know, the regular show method.
Loser. Come on, Pops, let's go.
No, now you listen here, Nick.
The best friend doing dumb stuff method. But they didn't really succeed, but it was still good at the end of the day. They had, like I said, Snoop Dogg. And you can't forget about that one classic episode with the hot wings, bro. They used to make them hot wings look like nasty but good at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. But the animation style of it, where they hyped it up in the show to make it look so good. Them hot wings, and I don't remember it too well. But if y'all know what I'm talking about, them hot wings, bro, they always gonna hold a forever special memory in my mind, bro. And never forget, bro, Sanjay and Craig brought us a lot of things. It brought us another show with Linda. I don't know how to say her last name.
Linda Cardellini.
But Linda as Megan Sparkles. She's fine shit. She's OG fine stuff. You gotta respect it. These shows weren't doing good on ratings either. They weren't just getting bad reviews when it comes to the fans and the critic reviews. People on IMDb were rating these shows terribly. Sanjay and Craig got a 4.8 out of 10. Uncle Grandpa got a 4.7 out of 10. And Fanboy Chum Chum, you won't believe this, Fanboy Chum Chum got a 3.5 out of 10. A 3.5 out of 10? That is like terrible. You telling me you can't get at least a 4, my dude? At least a 4? 3.5 out of 10 telling me that you put no effort into your show. This is what they were giving out. I'm not gonna lie, Fanboy and Chum Chum was pretty stupid. I seen a couple clips, but you gotta realize, Fanboy and Chum Chum, it did what it was supposed to do. I remember when I was a kid, I was probably around 6 or 7 years old, like, not even joking, not even trying to be funny. I was probably really like 6 or 7 years old. Watching Fanboy and Chum Chum for one of the first times. It was late at night, probably around 9-10 p.m. My grandma was asleep. It was very dark in my house, and I was in my living room versus my in my room, which I usually watch TV in my room, but this time I decided to watch TV on the big screen, and I had me some Tricks. This was my first time having Tricks, the cereal, bro. I never really had it, but after trying, I'm like,
this is like insane.
I was eating Tricks while watching Fanboy Chum Chum, and it was like a fever dream. I would never forget this because it was like just I don't know if it was a sugar rush or not, but it was just amazing, and I can never forget that. So I think it's just the way it feels, the nostalgia. You can never hate on Fanboy Chum Chum. OG Brainrot, us, Gen Z. I'm 20 years old, so you can relate. You can relate. I mean, watching Fanboy Chum Chum while eating Tricks, that literally felt like a magical dream, or like some crazy crap Wonderland adventure. You know what I'm saying? Some bath sauce, some fairy pixie dust, some unicorn shit droplets, like unicorn mushroom trip. Like that's what it felt like. Just very colorful, very vibrant, very exuberant. In the shape of a sugar rush. Yeah, it was literally just in the shape of a sugar rush. Tricks, bro, it was a dopamine overload. And to be fair, you gotta give these shows credit for what they're due. They were not trying to be something that they're not trying to be. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. These shows are just pure brain rot. They are meant for 6-year-olds. They're meant for 7-year-olds. They're meant for 8-year-olds. They're meant to just entertain you and put a smile on your face. And that's exactly what they did. You can't compare a show like Avatar: The Last Airbender to Uncle Grandpa. You just can't do it. Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, ABC Mouse, PBS Kids, nothing. Some of these shows were just meant for different age groups, made by different networks. Cartoon Network a lot of times carried. Nickelodeon had a bunch of experimental shows. Like, you know, I will admit, compared to the other networks, Sanjay and Craig, Breadwinners, all these shows are pretty dookie. But you gotta realize, just because something compared to something else isn't as good, doesn't mean it's not good in its own right. To me, according to in my own opinion, I think all these shows are good shows. I'm talking about off of edible, I can still rewatch Breadwinners, Rabbits, Fanboy and Chum Chum, you know, Teen Titans Go. I mean, matter of fact, I can rewatch all these shows off of edible. You watch anything off edible. I'm not gonna be one of them people who just saying like, oh,
all the shows back then were good.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket. Let me tell y'all something about Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket. Dude, y'all remember this show, bro? It came on. I think it was probably aired for 2 seasons. You had to be there. You had to be there to remember it, bro. This show came and left like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I remember watching a little bumper that Nickelodeon had for this Pig, Goat, Banana Cricket show. I'm like 10, 11 years. I'm like,
this show looks good, bro.
A lot of people don't like the animation style, the art of it. But me personally, I actually did kind of find it pretty good. It was actually pretty good to me. The idea of 3 animals in a fucking banana, it's just crazy. But I seen a couple clips on TikTok and it was kind of ass. And now after further rememberation in my timeline in my head, I remember when I was watching it, I wasn't really watching like that. I watched a couple for the first few episodes, first maybe 5 episodes, and after that, I will avoid it at all times. You know, it became the middle child. Like, I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Let me add this show to the block list. It was actually pretty ass. Pig over banana cricket. I don't understand what the fuck they were smoking. They were probably smoking some shitty dog grass, and they thought they were getting high or something, but they really had a fucking brain-eating disease to make that type of show. Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Pig over banana cricket was some dog shit. But let me tell y'all about the cast. The cast. The main character, basically, Pig was Matt Jones. Pig was Matt Jones from Breaking Bad. Thomas F. Winsler from Back to the Future. And he played the coach in Freaks and Geeks. Freaks and Geeks, if you don't know, one of the best shows of all time, bro. I'm not putting y'all on. Y'all not ready for ball knowledge, bro. Y'all don't know about Freaks and Geeks with Seth Rogen, James Franco, the one girl, I forgot her name, but the girl that played Velma in live action Scooby-Doo movies, and a lot of other like up and coming stars. It was just an amazing show. Y'all need to watch Freaks and Geeks. Terry Perry, aka Naruto, aka Melee Flag or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. And it had the black dude from Arrow. If you know the black dude from Arrow, you know the black dude from Arrow. I don't know his name, but I just know he was on Arrow. Danny Trejo, Mindy Sterling, and David Cross. This cast was stacked. I don't know how they failed as a show when you had the Avengers of a voice acting cast. I mean, it had a bunch of other voice actors who was in like all these other animated shows. They were actually just normal voice actors who went like live action actors. But bro, you have the Avengers and still fumble. I don't even know how that's possible. You like DC with Batman and Superman. How you got two of the biggest superheroes, can't do nothing with it? So what is it that I have to say about these shows? I would say a lot of these shows are misunderstood. A lot of these shows were hated on for the wrong reasons. I think a lot of these shows that we go back on and we can't watch now, I will admit, some of these shows you can't go back and watch. But a lot of these shows you actually can go back and watch. And just because you can't go back and watch a show doesn't mean the rating of that show should go down. Some of these shows were meant for, kind of dramatic, kind of emotional. But a lot of these shows are just pure brain rot, and that's what they were supposed to be. You can't hate on a show for being what it was supposed to be. You can't really have depth in these characters when they're not meant to have depth. You can't say, oh, well, now he's mad, now he's happy, now he's sad. When Fanboy and Chum Chum is supposed to be a show about two fucking 6-year-olds in their underwear pretending to be superheroes, getting a Slurpee and blowing bubblegum. That's what it's supposed to be. And that's what it was. Pure peak nostalgia. The best generation of DGLIVE cartoons, in my opinion. Don't try to bring down greatness. Or greatness doesn't need to be brought down. Just accept it, love it, dislike it, that's fine. But to say something is trash, ass. I see somebody come in the comments talking about Tuff Puppy is ass. I'm on your ass, bro. I'm going to war about Tuff Puppy, bro, for real. Tuff Puppy, no slander in Tuff Puppy in my comments, man. But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what y'all think. What's y'all most underrated cartoon, or what's a show or cartoon that is hated by everyone but you actually fuck with, bro? Let me know down below in the comments. Like the video. You gotta like the video at least. Even if you don't subscribe, you gotta like the video. I put a lot of work into this video, editing and things of that nature. So I think you'll like it, man. Peace.